na faɗi. Maganar malam za'o da ake. Shai a Kano ya tsaye mana kar mu sake. Abdulaziz kaka a garkar ka muke. Political advisor na shi kake. Ka kula mu kwarai don kar ka sake. A gidan zagaba mai mana alfarma. Rara yake da continuity to number continuity to number we say continuity to number continuity to number. Hey, 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 hey. We love you to number, we love you to number. We thank you to number, we thank you to number. Continuity.
When you go to major parts, they live as if they are in the jungle. Lagos is Lagos. It is not jungle. You either obey our law or go to your own jungle.
Okay now. Okay.
is 5 vehicles. And you cannot buy fuel unless I'm inside the car. So I will pay them. No more.
I know. The governor was paying for petrol himself for his convoy. When they get to the gas station, he will come out and bring out money and pay. In fact, at Oka government house, then when he was governor, forget about drinking champagne, what they are now doing there. Then he gave out old newspapers as substitute for toilet roll. If you are going to the toilet, he will just to save money. Yeah.
He was going to run somewhere. He said he's going for interview for job. Peter, can't you give him a job? Peter, can't you do this? The boy doesn't even have. I said, none of my children have car. I was the only person who is governor and bank chairman, not to them.
Isn't that mesmerizing? But I know that Peter B. I know that he's a smart man. You know? But the governor, that Obi, did he say anything about that 200 million from security vote that he was caught? His convoy was trying to smuggle out of the country. Did he say anything about that? No, he didn't. No, but he talked about that 72 billion he left behind for his handpicked successor.
Because when you hear that Peter Obi left 75 billion, if anybody doubts it, call me. I know where the money is. I kept it.
Did he talk about? Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. I know. The man that he's now fighting, you know? Remember? Yes, I know. Of course. Did he talk about, what is it called again? The liabilities he left behind. Did he talk about that? No? Like signed contracts that were not paid for. Did he talk about? No? Like thousands of workers that he hired during the last weeks of his administration without provision for their pay in the budget. Did he talk? No? But definitely he must have talked about the millions and millions he was dashing out to schools, churches, town hall, traditional. Yeah. At the end of the administration, he was just giving out money without appropriation. He talked about that, huh? Of course. Of course. Okay, one last thing. Did P2B finally explain how bodies of Biafran activists ended up floating on Anambra River when he was governor? Did he explain that? No, he didn't? Why? It must be an omission.
Wọ́n dìde, wọ́n pínlẹ̀ ogun. Oyin tí mo rí ká bá mi wá yẹn dà, ká ní kó bá mi wá.
And there it is right there. Aman Nwokpani, as Tinubu said, they will beat them to death. So there's a lot of hypocrisy that goes on social media. By the way, I played you a little clip in one of the montage that I just played. If you are clued up enough, then you'd have spotted the hypocrisy. Nobody is firm, apart from platforms like this. Nobody is firm in whatever position that they have. Nobody is for the Nigerian interest. People are just looking to grow their platforms, get a little bit of clout, make some money, and that's the entirety of what's going on social media. Clout chasing, money chasing, and disingenuity. Just the rank people. Nobody is solid enough in any position. Nobody is out there for the Nigerian people, apart from platforms like these. And platforms like this that speaks truth to power, they never really get that traction. But I just played, I embedded a particular clip in that little montage just to highlight, pardon me, just to highlight the inherent hypocrisy that goes on social media. Those who know, you know. If you know, you know. If you don't know, forget about it and all that. So that's that. Good day to you, good to be in your company and all that. Good day to you, good to be in your company. It's just a short little vignette of a session just to react to a particular article that somebody sent in. Actually, it was Larry that sent this in yesterday. Just in the course of conversations, he sent this in, and I thought then, no, that it was too strong. It was too strong a piece just to embed in a session. So I'm doing a standalone session to react to this particular article right here. So now, I am reacting to this article as a fact check of somebody that is now presenting himself to be the Nigerian president in 2027. So that's Atiku Abubakar. So we will be checking the credentials of and all of the frontline players, not everybody, of course, because we cannot go through the whole myriad. Sometimes you have about 20 people contending to be president, but we'll be checking the credentials of frontline players that are presenting themselves to be president of Nigeria 2027 to see if their narrative fits with the backdrop of the history that we know of them. So we're starting with Atiku Abubakar. We will go on to Peter Obi, of course, and then Tinubu, etc., etc. Showore, maybe we won't do Showore because he's never going to be president, but we'll do the frontline players. So we're kicking now this series off with this now fact check of Atiku's credentials. So this is one of the things that Atiku, because Atiku will always go around telling you, when I was in government, you wonder then when exactly he was in government, because of course Atiku has never been the president of Nigeria. All he was a bag carrier to Obasanjo. There is nothing that Atiku can present as his achievement within the Nigerian paradigm, because he did not have the final say at any point over anything within the Nigerian paradigm. So he cannot tell us when he was in government. He was never in government. He was just an assistant to Obasanjo for 8 years. That is the entirety of his narrative. Was Atiku head of Obasanjo's economic management team? So he likes to claim credit that he discovered Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala and all of this, Soludo and all of this sort of star names that came out of the Obasanjo administration, which is a lie, of course. For all of those star names, for all of the Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala and all of the Soludos, when they were presented, Atiku actually had other candidates, but the people presenting them were able to convince Obasanjo to appoint them. So Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala and Charles Soludo, Akinwumi, what was the guy with the African Development Bank now? I keep forgetting his name. All of those star names, they were never anything to do with Atiku Abubakar, although they came under his supervision, because of course they came under the economic team, which he oversighted on behalf of the president, but they were never his appointees and they were never his first choice. So we just have to now, I know that the landscape doesn't like facts. They like to run away into the fields as they scream and screech all these ad hominems and all these made up narratives that they like to hear. But here we deal with in facts. Fact check. Was Atiku head of Obasanjo's economic management team? So we delve into this. The link to the studio is in the comment section. If anybody wants to join in, join in. It's going to be a short little session. So if you do want to join in, come in quickly, because as soon as I finish reading this, I'll probably just shut it down and then we'll meet later in the evening. Let me just Right. So as soon as I finished doing this, I'll shut it down and then we'll meet later in the evening. Unless and by the way, unless of course somebody turns up. And by the way, Adama, if you're out there, where we miss you. So I hope you're okay. So we've not seen Adama for a long time on social media now. So Adama, this is a shout out to you. Was Atiku head of Obasanjo's economic management team? So was he? Let's find out. Pardon me. Hold on. Right. So fact check, was Atiku head of Obasanjo's economic management team? Atiku Abubakar, Nigeria's former vice president, has claimed that he led the economic management team during the tenure of former President Olusegun Obasanjo. The presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, made the claim on Monday at the Presidential Dialogue on the Economy organized by the National Economic Summit Group in Lagos. As head of the economic management team, while I was vice president, I was instrumental in designing a private sector revival strategy and advocated for the opening of the economy for private sector investment in several sectors, and we made tremendous progress, Atiku said. So that is his claim now, that he was at the arrowhead then of the revitalization of the Nigerian economy under the Obasanjo administration. So that's his claim. I am sure you still remember the good old days of rapid economic growth with stable interest and exchange rates, low inflation, low unemployment rates, and low poverty head count. So I'm not quite sure when those good old days were, but Nigeria has never experienced that. We paid off nearly all of our foreign debts, which was crippling the economy. So this is the article. So this is the article now this is the output on Twitter that article put out. It says, aside of the economic and management, this is from articles official. You can see the blue tick. So this is from articles official Twitter handle. So you can see the blue tick right there. Aside of the economic management team, while I was vice president, I was instrumental in designing a private sector revival strategy and advocated for the opening of the economy for private sector investment in several sectors. And we made tremendous progress. So this is Atiku now trying to claim all the luster of the Obasanjo achievement. So let me take it from the top again. I will go at speed. Atiku Abubakar, former vice president, has claimed that he led the economic management team during the tenure of former President Olusegun Obasanjo. The presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, made the claim on Monday at the Presidential Dialogue on the Economy, organized by the National Economic Summit Group, NESG, in Lagos. As head of the economic management team, while I was vice president, I was instrumental in the design of a private sector revival strategy and advocated for the opening of the economy for private sector investment in several sectors. And we made tremendous progress, Atiku said. I am sure you still remember the good old days of rapid economic growth with stable interest and exchange rates, low inflation, low unemployment rates, and low poverty count. We paid off nearly all of our sovereign debt, which was crippling the country. So that was what Atiku claimed. Obasanjo served Nigeria as president from 1999 to 2007. But how true is the claim that Atiku led the economic management team? So I wonder why people like Atiku, Peter Obi, and all of these sort of characters, they come into the public space and tell outright lies. The internet never forgets. We all know that. The internet documents everything. Once you are out there, you are out there permanently. And people that pay attention know what you stand, what you stand for, and what you have done and said. So why do people like Atiku, Peter Obi, Rufa, why do they come out to tell all these blatant lies when it's easily disproved? So there is Atiku making fantastical claims of achievements that he has never attained in his life. Obasanjo served as Nigeria's president from 1999 to 2007, but how true is the claim that Atiku led the economic management team? Well, let's find out. So this is verification. Checks by The Cable revealed that Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, former Minister of Finance and now Director General of the World Trade Organization, WTO, actually led Obasanjo's economic management team. So that's an outright lie right there. So if he's claiming that he's the line manager to Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, these are the bio. These are the Adewale Olusegun right there. That's the new name now that Pansat is adopting to try and still be a subversive on the platform. So, Pansat, I see you there. Maybe at some point I'll ban you under this name as well because you add nothing to what we do here. So this is it's an outright lie. So if he's claiming that he's the line manager for Nkojo Okonjo-Iweala, therefore her achievement is his attribution, then Obasanjo is his line manager as well. So everything still comes under the Obasanjo administration. So what this fact check is telling us here is that the oversight of that particular team was Madam Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, not Atiku Abubakar. So she was the division, not the division, but the decision maker within that particular committee or body. So she was the decision maker and not Atiku. If Atiku was a line manager, then Obasanjo is Atiku's line manager. So you cannot go with that trajectory. So if that committee forms the achievement, imagine if you work in whatever it is that you do work. Let's say you work in a bank, for instance, and the bank then wants to it wants to initiate a particular project, and then you are put in charge of that project to put it together. You put a team together, your team works out how that project works, and then you present to the bank then that is what that is how it should work. And then somebody that oversights you then wants to take the attribution for what you did, what you oversighted. So that's what essentially is takia, isn't it? Is that sleight of hand that the Fulanis are noted and notorious for. Apologies, I'll just take it from the top again, actually, because anytime I break the flow, I wonder sometimes if you're still in tandem with where we are. Atiku Abubakar, Nigeria's vice president, I'll go very quickly this time. Atiku Abubakar, Nigeria's vice president, has claimed that he led the economic management team during the tenure of former president Olusegun Obasanjo. The presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, made the claim on Monday at the Presidential Dialogue on the Economy, organized by the National Economic Summit Group, NESG, in Lagos. As head of the economic management team, while I was vice president, I was instrumental in designing a private sector revival strategy and advocated for the opening of the economy for private sector investment in several sectors. And we made tremendous progress, Atiku said. I am sure you remember the good old days of rapid economic growth with stable interest and exchange rates, low inflation, low unemployment rates, and low poverty headcount. We paid off nearly all of our foreign debts, which was crippling the country. So I'm not quite sure if he's claiming that that attribution goes to Obasanjo, who navigated that space. None of it goes to. It's like claiming the achievements of Buhari belongs to Oshibanjo. It's just ridiculous, isn't it? Or Goodluck Jonathan belongs to Sambo, who was his deputy. Obasanjo served as Nigeria's president from 1999 to 2007. But how true is the claim that Atiku led the economic management team? Checks by the Cable reveals that Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, former Minister of Finance and now Director General of the World Trade Organization, WTO, actually led Obasanjo's economic management team. The economic management team was established by Obasanjo in 2003 at the beginning of his second term as president. A publication of Nigeria's debt reform published by the Center for Africa-European Relations said, when President Obasanjo was re-elected in 2003, he appointed a new economic management team headed by former World Bank Director Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. This team implemented many policy reforms. So it's just this is why people recoil from Atiku. Actually, is a virulous and a notorious liar, just an instinctual backstabber and an untrustworthy character. If Atiku tells you good morning, you better just go outside. It's probably pitch dark out there. In a report where Okonjo-Iweala recounted her journey through economic reforms, she admitted that in 2003, after she got permission of Obasanjo to set up a presidential economic team, the former president decided to preside over the team as the chair whilst she took the lead. So even that thing that I was saying, so it's all right here. So even that thing that I was saying that Atiku Abubakar was the line manager to Okonjo-Iweala no more. He was not even actually the line manager to Okonjo-Iweala. It's just an outright lie, you know. So Ngozi proposed the initiative to Obasanjo. Obasanjo adopted the initiative and told her to oversight it under his supervision. So it has nothing. This is according to the person that oversighted that team. Nothing to do with Atiku. In a report where Okonjo-Iweala recounted her journey through economic reforms, she admitted that in 2003, after she got permission of, even the initiative was initiated by Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. So even the idea was Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala's. The setting up of the economic management team was done by Okonjo-Iweala. She got permission from Obasanjo to do it. Obasanjo said, go and do it, but report back to me. So no Atiku involvement at all in all of it. In a report where Okonjo-Iweala recounted her journey through economic reforms, she admitted that in 2003, after she got permission of Obasanjo to set up a presidential economic team, the former president decided to preside over the team as the chair whilst she took the lead. So just the capacity, and this is the person offering Peter Obi that, by the way, that you be my vice president, and then after 1 year, I hand over to you. If Obi agrees to that deal, then Obi is dumber than I even thought, and everybody knows how dumb I think Obi is. The team, which consisted of 12 members with expertise in macroeconomics, microeconomics, debt management, privatization, private sector development, governance, anti-corruption measures, civil service reforms, and budget management, were responsible for designing and implementing economic reforms under the Obasanjo administration. Members of the 12-person team include Chukwuma Soludo, the then central bank governor, Nuhu Ribadu, chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Nasir El-Rufai, minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Obi Ezekwesili, minister of Education, Bode Augusto, director general, budget office, Ifueko Omiogie, chairman, Federal Inland Revenue Service, amongst others. So there is no Atiku involvement at all in any of this. As head of the economic management team and finance minister, Okonjo-Iweala led the negotiations for Nigeria's debt relief. After the negotiations, Nigeria and the Paris Club announced a final agreement for debt relief worth $18 billion after Nigeria paid $12 billion. Is economic management team same as National Economic Council? So I think this is the conflation. The link is in the comment section, by the way. If you want to come in. It's a short little article. As soon as I finish reading it, I might just bin it if nobody wants to. I'm keen to have the conversation if anybody wants to have it. But if you don't want to have it, then we just do the readout if you are just joining us now, Adama, I gave you a shout out. I'm still shouting you out. Where are you, Adama? Your audience miss you. So if Adama is out there, indicates that you are well. Send me a DM on Instagram, Adama, if you can hear me, just at least to let us know that you're well and okay. So the economic management team is quite different from the National Economic Council. So now the National Economic Council is a body instituted in the Nigerian Constitution, which oversees the national economy and is headed via constitutional mandate. I beg your pardon, and is headed by via a constitutional mandate by the vice president. So the National Economic Council is a body that oversees the national economy, and the constitution mandates that particular body is oversighted by the vice president. It was oversighted by Atiku. It was oversighted by I don't know who the person was. It was oversighted by Goodluck Jonathan under Yar'Adua. It was oversighted by Sambo under Goodluck Jonathan. It was oversighted by Oshibanjo under Buhari, and is oversighted by Kashim Shettima now. So it's a constitutional mandated thing, but that is separate and distinct by this stand-alone specialist body that was initiated and set up by Madam Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. So you see the distinction, but just because of the somewhat similarity in the wordings of their titles, Atiku is trying to play some Fulani Tikia on us now. So the economic management team was an initiative of Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, which got the approval of Obasanjo, and she set it up then to try and rescue Nigeria from their bees, which was where Abacha and Abdul Salami put it. So that was an initiative of Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, completely different and distinct from the National Economic Council, which is oversighted by Atiku. So I just want you to understand that is economic management team same as National Economic Council? Well, no, just as I just explained. No, the two entities are not the same and do not perform the same functions. So we'll be fact-checking a lot. And by the way, we'll be fact-checking Peter Obi as well. So that's easily done anyway, because Peter Obi is a pathological and a notorious liar. But in future episodes, we'll be fact-checking Peter Obi, but we're fact-checking our article in this instance. And we'll be fact-checking Tinubu too, by the way. So it's not nobody is spared. Is economic management team same as National Economic Council? No, the two entities are not the same and do not perform the same functions. During his stint as vice president, Atiku headed the National Economic Council (NEC). His biography on the Yar'Adua Foundation website reads, as vice president, he, Atiku, headed the National Economic Council, which was responsible for assembling the outstanding talent that transformed the Nigerian economy, more than quadrupling GDP between 2000 and 2007. NEC was established by the provisions of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended, specifically Section 153 Sub 1 and Paragraph 18 and 19 of Part 1 of the Third Schedule. According to the Constitution, the NEC, so like I said, the headship of the National Economic Council by the Vice President is a constitutional mandate. It's a constitutional requirement. The Constitution obliges it. His biography on the Yar'Adua Foundation website reads, so this is Atiku's biography on the Yar'Adua Foundation website. His biography on the Yar'Adua Foundation website reads, as vice president, he, Atiku, chaired the National Economic Council, which was responsible for assembling the outstanding talent that transformed the Nigerian economy, more than quadrupling GDP between 2000 and 2007. NEC was established by the provision of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as amended, specifically Section 153 Sub 1 and paragraphs 18 and 19 of Part 1 of the third schedule. According to the Constitution, the NEC has the mandate to advise the President concerning the economic affairs of the Federation, and in particular on measures necessary for the coordination of the economic planning efforts or economic programs of various governments of the Federation. So I'm not quite sure if that should be government or various bodies of the Federation. Membership of the NEC. So the NEC will be the National Economic Council, comprises the Vice President as chairperson, 36 state governors, the governor of the Central Bank CBN, and other co-opted government officials. Nigeria's current National Economic Council is chaired by Vice President Yemi Osinbajo. So this article was written actually under the Buhari era. The council holds meetings once every month. The verdict: Atiku's claim that it was the head of the economic management team is false. And by the way, it wasn't a mistake, or it was an outright lie, because Atiku, of course, knows the distinction between what he headed and what he's claiming. So he knows the distinction. It sat through that administration, so he knew that Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala headed the economic management team. So he was actually telling an outright lie for the purposes of deceiving the public. Verdict: Atiku's claim that he was the head of the economic management team is false. The team was set up in 2003 during Obasanjo's administration. The former president was the chair, while Okonjo-Iweala led the team. The PDP presidential candidate must have confused the NEC with the economic management team. So he did not confuse anything, no. He set out to tell a deliberate lie and it was caught out. So so there it is right there. So there it is right there. So that's Atiku being caught out in a lie. All right, I'll play you this little 3-minute clip, and if nobody turns up, then we'll just round it off.
No more school fees. Yes, you heard right. It be like Tinubu would do well on this one. He try. If they do bad, you don't say we'll go talk out. But on this one, he try. The federal government just made a shocking move that could change everything for students in 2025. If you are planning to attend any of the 33 federal science and technology colleges, this might be the golden chance. Number 2, if you know say you don't feel afford university for your child or your children, and the child dey secondary school, now your golden opportunity be this one. Number 3, maybe you dey think say make your child go learn work, but you see the reason quality education. Say how the child no go fit get opportunity of quality education when you not get. This one is the chance. Now 2 in 1. In short, when me say I read this thing, I verify. It took me some days before I can come out to tell you publicly. It be like say, as these people begin to reason and see they don't the top student loan money, it took it to the grassroots. How many graduates, how many Chinese graduates they make your phone and your television? If you get Peking will learn mechanic for 10 years and Peking will go university to learn mechanical engineering, and you have an expensive car, who will you give the car? Back to the matter. Don't say you did not hear this, but there's a catch and a deadline. Let me break it down for you real quick. The federal government of Nigeria has removed all fees at the 33 federal science and technical colleges, FSTC, starting from 25 to 2026 academic year. The TVEC program, which means technical and vocational education and training, will begin in August this year, 2025. The TVET offers practical and work-on training and gives students valuable skills and recognized credentials in today's job market. So you don't need to go pay one or see the person after he gone let work finish, he go find money for freedom. The certificate that will be given to the child will be internationally recognized. So if you want to enroll, visit the federal science and technical colleges to register. Anyone in your state. registration fee, I go tell you, they say now 4,200. Is it too much to change your picking life, your child's life? Then after payment, FSTC staff will help the candidates to complete the online registration. The deadline for the registration is Thursday, 12th of June. No miss amo. Entrance examination will be on Saturday, 14th June 2025, 9 a.m. at any of your selected FSTC. I don't get money to send my pikin to school no day again. If you say your pikin no fit go school, you won't make a learn work. But at this point, your pikin can go to school and learn work at the same time.
You know, now at this point, it's just laughable when all this obedience come out and say, what has Tinubu done? What has Tinubu done? It's just laughable because even they can't say it with any conviction or sincerity. What has he done? That's another initiative right there that gives free education to technically minded students. And Nigeria needs more technicians, by the way, than they need graduates. People that will go and study philosophy. Well, what are you philosophizing in a third world country? And all these nonsensical media studies and cake baking. But no. Nigeria needs technicians, mechanics, draftsmen, architects, engineers. Nigeria needs technicians rather than nonsensical graduates that have go and study Yoruba for 4 years to what purpose? It's just nonsense. So and if you are going to all these technical things, not only is all of your education free, you also get a stipend for your upkeep throughout your studies. So these people, they come out and tell you human capital development. They just throw out all of these words that they have no concept of. If you are talking about human capital development, what we just heard in that clip right there is exactly what human capital development means. To have a trained population with an internationally marketable skill set. That is what they call human capital development, and that is what is going on. They say that they want Nigeria transformed. The transformation of Nigeria is taking place in public glare. What has he done? He has done the tax reforms. Even the most ardent, hard-boiled, obedient from the deepest depth of Abakaliki, even he concedes that the tax reform bill is a game changer. The NEL Fund for Students' Education something is an innovation into the Nigerian space that has been long due, never initiated, and is now working. So what has he done? The Lagos-Calabar Superhighway, what has he done? The rehabilitation of all of the public roads in Nigeria, what has he done? So look at what is going on in Abuja. A complete new city has been built in less than 2 years. What has he done? So forget all that now. Forget all what he has done is visible for you to see. The rebasing and the rebalancing of the economy so that the economy can run off its own steam. And they say, what has he done? So what has he done? He has done a lot. He has transformed the country is what he has done. Let me give you just one more readout and then we will just bail. As soon as I finish this, if nobody turns up, then we just call it a day. Lagos emerges the world's fastest growing tech city in 2025. But what has he done is the thing. So this is the thing. Just ridiculous bunch of people. Lagos emerges the world's fastest growing tech city in 2025. Netherlands-based research firm Dealroom.co has named Lagos the fastest growing tech ecosystem in the world for 2025. The organization disclosed this at its Global Tech Ecosystem Index 2025 report just released. According to the report, Lagos is home to 5 unicorns: InterSwitch, Flutterwave, Jumia, Opay, and MoneyPoint. Stands out as an appealing hub for new enterprises. So Lagos now is not even the African hub for tech. It's now the fastest growing tech space globally. Lagos emerges the world's fastest growing tech city in 2025. And by the way, Yaba is being purpose-built for that as well. Netherlands-based research firm Dealroom.co has named Lagos as the fastest growing tech ecosystem in the world for 2025. The organization disclosed this at its Global Tech Ecosystem Index 2025 report just released. According to the report, Lagos as home to 5 unicorns: InterSwitch, Flutterwave, Jumia, Opay, and MoneyPoint stands out as an appealing hub for new enterprises. Ranking under the Rising Star category of tech cities, Droom.co said Lagos and other cities in the category are giving rise to a new generation of tech companies. This year, Lagos at number 1 is topping the list, having created 5 unicorns and grown its ecosystem valuation 11.6x since 2017, despite a smaller economy, the report stated. Other top cities coming behind Lagos as the number 2 fastest growing tech city is Turkey's Istanbul, followed by India's Pune, which came 3rd. Also on the list are cities such as Belo Horizonte in Brazil, Mumbai in India, Curitiba also in Brazil, and Saudi Arabia's Riyadh. Droom.co noted that the Rising Star lenses showcases the fastest growing emerging tech ecosystem by emphasizing growth in enterprise value and unicorns adjusted for local GDP per capita and cost of living. The list highlights a wide range of ecosystems from emerging markets such as Africa, India, Turkey, and Brazil. Global champions. Whilst Lagos holds the ace for Nigeria in terms of fast-growing cities, the country is conspicuously missing in the global champion category, which comprises the world's biggest and most established startup ecosystems. Countries in this category were ranked by absolute matrices such as venture capital, enterprise value creation, unicorns, and university linkage. Top of the list of global champions is Bay Area, followed by New York City and Boston, all cities in the United States. Whilst the Bay Area is number 1, whilst the Bay Area number 1 is still on the undisputed champion, newer hubs such as Austin number 5, Tel Aviv number 10, or Stockholm number 15 have started to build substantial ecosystems. Paris number 4 is the top hub in Europe, followed by London number 6, according to the website. What you should know. In a recent chat with Nairametrics, Lagos State Commissioner for Innovation Science, Tumbosun Alake highlighted the state's large population and business-friendly environment as factors driving the tech ecosystem in Lagos. The commissioner explained that Lagos has taken deliberate steps to assist businesses in underserved areas. He cited an example of an artificial intelligence and robotic company that the state actively supported, saying, "We have a specific policy of helping businesses in areas we believe need development, like AI and robotics." Lagos has also been instrumental in connecting businesses with government agencies. Alake noted that the state has Lagos has also been instrumental in connecting businesses with government agencies. Alake noted that the state has a dedicated team that facilitates partnerships between companies and relevant government bodies, particularly in sectors like transportation. So there it is right there. So Lagos then very much number one. A lot of our number ones will be coming Lagos way, as we know. So that's that. So that's that. It was really just really to fact check Atiku Abubakar. So that's been done, and nobody's turning up for the conversation. So we wrap it up here, and then we reconvene for a later session in the evening. Thank you, everyone. See you later.